Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And in today's video, we're gonna do these dark vampire type nails. We have coffin shapes on instead of stilettos, but that's because that's the shape I already had on and I didn't want to take them off just to change them. Let me show you what we're gonna use. So, we're gonna use this China glaze in the shade Black Diamond, and this China glaze in the shade Keep It Realm. I did put on one thin peel off base coat layer so that a week from now I can try and get the color off without having to take the whole nail off. Top coat we'll be using Fast Forward. It is my favorite, as you know. And then we're going to be putting on some rhinestones with 4 rhinestones only, also from China Glaze. This is the best way to attach rhinestones without using gel. You are also going to need a sponge and some latex liquid if you want to repeat this. So it is the last week of October and we definitely want to go out with a bang. I didn't get to do as much Halloween nails as I would have liked. I am going to go in and do one layer of this on the bottom just so that we have an even coat before we do our stamping with that sponge, because that puts down translucent layers and we don't really want it to be patchy underneath. So you do want a base coat. You can use a white if you prefer, just to make your colors pop. I did accidentally stick my hand to my pants while I was walking around, so some of them have hairs in them. If you get some on your finger, just use a cleanup brush and some acetone to wipe it off. Regular nail polish is pretty safe for your skin, low chances of allergy. So we'll give this a moment to dry. I know in the camera it looks really blue, but in the bottle it's more of a purpley red. This color is just not sure what color it is. Like, you can see that. It's a multichrome, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. So we'll be right back. Alright, so I did go ahead and put on some liquid latex. I did 2 layers. You do one, wait for it to dry to this color, and then do a second. I find if you only do one, it's a little bit harder to peel up because it's thinner, but you only have to do one. And I like to go every other nail because when you put them together, they stick together. So after I do these fingers, I'll go back and do the other fingers. So here's what we're gonna do. This is basically what they call an aura nail, not to be confused with aurora, different thing, aura. And so that's when there's one color in the middle and a different color around the outside. And there's lots of ways you can do this, and an airbrush is a popular way. But with a sponge, you can do the same thing. You want to put your dark color around the edge and your light color in the center. Our colors are not vastly different, but our black is going to go around the edge, and this is the shades that would be known as a vampire nail. If you were to do like a white or a light gray in the center with the blackish around the edge, then that is a zombie nail. This also could be easier with a triangle sponge, but the problem with triangle sponges is they get thinner at the bottom and some of my nails are not going to fit on there, so we're going to do it with this shape. And so we're going to want to put our edge. It's probably going to be better if I'm holding this. And actually, before I continue, I need to put a glove on this hand because this is the hand I'm going to be sponging with, and I don't want to get paint on these fresh nails. So there we go. I can hold it with this hand. Yeah, so you want to be kind of generous with your paint on your sponge because a lot of it is going to soak in. Try not to get it off course. And then you want to go down your center with the center color. Push that on in there. They are going to blend together. So once you've got that on there, then you want to take the nail that you were working on and try and centerize it, and then just do some dabbing. Firm, but not too hard. It's not easy to see because of these colors that I have chosen, this is one area where it helps if you do put it on top of a white. Kind of patching it on there weird. It's like it's pulling up the bottom layer but like leaving the next, and that doesn't make any sense. You do want to have your layers being pretty dry in between to prevent that, but I don't understand why is it sticking in the middle but then like pulling up these thin stripes. That does not look right. It's not supposed to do that. We'll come back. Let's see what happens over here. If I have to wipe these off or do some fresh layers, I will. Maybe I should have top coated them in. Let's try this one. Yeah, it is pulling that up. That's disgusting. That's not supposed to be happening. Alright, so I have put some top coat and stuff over here. This one's also top coated, but it's dry. So we're gonna go on this one and give it a try and see if we can get this to work. Because if it does not, then we're gonna have to reevaluate the plan. It may be that this black is too pearlescent and I may have to switch it to an actual all the way black polish for it to be able to be visibly different. Okay, so like it appears to have worked better, but then like this whole corner here is trying to slide off for some reason. That is not what I want to be happening. Can you get back where you belong? That's disgusting. This is coming out to be way harder than it needs to be. So I don't know if it is because of the peel off base coat or because the colors are so dark, or if because that black is just pearlescent and hard to see in the first place, but that was not working and it was looking terrible. Luckily I hadn't messed up the others yet, and this one I can still paint over. Alright, so I cleaned that up and I went over with a second layer of polish. It still looks so dark in the viewfinder. I hope it doesn't look like that on the actual video. I'm gonna look when I get to editing, but for now it looks dark. I need to top coat these in with Fast Forward by China Glaze. This is not going as I had expected it to. I wanted this base to be a little bit more interesting looking, but that's okay because we are going to jazz it up with decorations. Alright, we'll give that a moment and then we will come in and put on some decoration. It's going to be charms and rhinestones. Okay, time to go in for the decoration, and again we're using 4 rhinestones only. I'm going to put some on a palette and then I use this little brush to apply it onto my nail in droplets. You don't need too much at a time because this is going to dry as you go. So that's where we're going to start. Let's get us this black stone for here. Make sure that's nice and centered. And then after we get everything on, we are going to reinforce it. So this really only has to hold it well enough to get it started. Let's put some more, a little on the bottom, a little on the top. Let's go in with some medium size clears for these. Want to make sure those are straight because once they're dry, they are not going anywhere. And then a little bit more, we're going to do some tiny black ones. So that's pretty cute. Then I'm going to take a little bit extra of this. I'm going to come along this edge and make sure that it is all sealed in. We'll go around. And then same thing up this side. And then as this dries, it's going to get thin. And then when we go around at the end and do a final top coat, that'll blend it all together. That's pretty cute. You want to be cleaning this off as you're going so it doesn't just cake up because it gets thicker and thicker every time you dip it. Now I've got these charms. We're going to put some of these on. We're doing this nail next. Go in right here in the middle with a blob. We want a kind of a big blob because the charm we're putting on is a little bit bigger. We want to make sure that that is straight, because again, once it's dry, there's no moving it. If you want, you can go in with your finger and kind of push it down so it melts into the polish. Just make sure that you get it straight when you do so. Yeah? Alright, so we're going to give that a moment, and then I'm going to put a little bit on the sides once that's dried down some, so I don't have to worry about it sliding. In the meantime, let's move to this one. This guy, we're doing a long charm. So we want to come in and put a long bit of 4 rhinestones only to give it something to hang on to. Yep, so we'll let that dry a bit before we start putting more on with it. And then we have one for this finger as well. This one's going to come up a little bit higher, and it's got 2 contact parts. One here, one about here. These are chunky, but I've got to let them dry a bit before I put everything else around it, because these I do not need sliding. I'll be right back. It cleared up and it blurred up. Apparently it's just going to be a fight. Okay, great. So it's dried a little bit. We're going to go in and put a little bit of decorations on the side of these. So here's what we're going to do. Start with us a little blob here, where we're going to put us a medium-sized stone. And then we're going to put 2 blobs next to it, not too gigantic, where we're going to put some smaller ones to go with it, so that it's like encasing this side. Like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then we're going to do the other side the same way. I wish it were not so blurry. Yeah. And then so for this one, here's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of wanting to do like a swoop down here, and then a little bit of a circling up here. Let's start with the end though. So we'll get this and we'll just put it all down here, everywhere that we're gonna need to stick one. So put one like that, and the next one. Alright, so what do you think of that? I think that's pretty cute. Hope you can see it. I hope it's not as dark as the viewfinder makes it look. This one, we're not actually going to add anything. I kind of like it the way that it is. But this one, I put this over here. We are going to add something over here. Alright, what do you think? I think that's good. Doesn't really need more. So I think we'll stop there. Don't let the too much gene kick in. What you thinking, guys? How's it looking? I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit and then reinforce it, and then we're gonna have to go around everything with some top coat. Alright, so I did go in and reinforce with the 4 rhinestones only. I am going to leave it at that because it is a top coat on its own, so I don't really need to add an additional one. Here's what everything's looking like. I am going to get you photos outside. It is raining, so it is gross out there. I'm not going to be able to get you that glisten in the sun, unfortunately. But please let me know what you think. Do you think these are cute? I do. It's not what I initially had in mind, but I am happy the way that it came out. I did leave some of the chaos that I endured in this video so that you can see sometimes it doesn't go like you think it is. But that's okay. You can adjust and move forward. So please let me know, holler at me in the comments. Make sure that you are subscribed so that you are here for my upcoming videos and any other fun activities I may be doing. Thank you for leaving me a like if you like this video. I do appreciate that. And thank you for all of your interaction. It helps me, it helps my channel grow, and I love making these videos, and I hope that you love watching them. And then also, if you weren't aware, my affiliate links are in the description. If you want to shop at any of the sites that I do have a link, by all means, use the discount code, save some money. I love a good discount, and I'm going to share them with you when I have them. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.